Members of the squad, members of the squad, something happened today. Prince William and Kate Middleton's fans have no shame whatsoever. Today, they targeted a charity simply because of its association with Prince Harry. And today, to the point that Help for Heroes had to issue some comments on Twitter. And I'd like to share with you every single thing that they said. However, before I do that, I want to take this opportunity to condemn the attacks against the UK charity simply because of its association with Prince Harry. This, I must say, is because of the coordinated hate campaign that Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, have had to endure at the hands of the UK tabloids and the firm. Now, they tweeted this, and I quote, "Ahead of the Invictus Games, Team UK received a very special surprise from the founding patron, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. And after Prince Harry made a video with Help for Heroes for Team UK, motivating them ahead of the upcoming games, some racist accounts targeting Prince Harry and Meghan that we've become all too familiar with because of the constant, never-ending smear campaign against Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. They had to tweet this, and I quote, "We recognize that Twitter encourages open and free speech. This tweet was to celebrate a moment special to Team UK. However, there are some comments that are spoiling this. As owners of the account, we have the right to restrict or remove replies, especially if comments run the risk of upsetting our veterans. We kindly ask you to think about what you are commenting and the impact this could have on those reading it. I'd like to pause there for just a while before I continue this tweet. I want to display and rebuke this and condemn this vicious, calculated attack on the Invictus Games charity, who are called Help for Heroes on Twitter. This account posted a video of Harry motivating Team UK ahead of the Invictus Games. The Invictus Games is a game that Harry built himself from the ground up to help and support wounded veterans. Service is universal. Once in service, always in service. That is the most beautiful thing that I must say in terms of charity that Harry and Meghan, that Harry built with his own two hands from the ground up. And to see some racist targeting Prince Harry and Meghan and Prince Harry on this Twitter account is the most disgusting thing that I've ever seen. I mean, we know these people loathe Prince Harry, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. We get it. But can you just a little bit, just show some respect for the veterans community? Can you just not express your vitriol towards veterans because you hate the fact that Prince Harry fell in love with a mixed race woman? Can you just control your racism for just 5 seconds? This is a special moment for the veteran community who have served their country diligently and valiantly. And instead of Prince William and Kate Middleton's supporters, the Cambridge fans, the farm fans, the royal family, the racist supporters, instead of seeing this as an important moment for wounded veterans, they had to target this account called Help for Heroes with racist comments to the point that they had to issue these comments, to the point that someone basically has to say, please be mindful because veterans might see it. These insulting comments that they've made towards Harry and even the veteran community, that Prince Harry built the Invictus Games from the ground up. And to see what I'm seeing today is disgusting. It's just disgusting. And I have to condemn it in the strongest terms possible. I have to condemn the attacks, the insults towards veterans in the strongest terms possible. Now, they say this, let me continue. We accept many of you will have different opinions and we want to share them. We welcome that. But we will not accept offensive trolling comments or comments aimed at our team. This is not what the tweet is about. Do you see that? Do you see that? This things like this is why I supported Prince Harry and Meghan from the beginning. And this is the environment that has been created by the royal family, and its friends, the UK tabloids, against Harry and Meghan. And I have to start this podcast by condemning the actions of these racist people that had to target this account for Help for Heroes simply because they tweeted Prince Harry's video message of support towards Team UK for the Invictus Games, showing his support towards them and motivating them to participate in a game. They went there, the trolls went there to insult them, to throw demeaning comments and offensive tweets, to the point that they had to issue a statement about these kinds of offenses. And this just reflects what we are up against. This is what reflects what we are all up against. Which brings me to this. This tweet that by Help for Heroes brings me to what Meghan asked me yesterday. She asked me to please address the narrative that the unwarranted abuse of Meghan is the same as the warranted criticism of Katie. Now, Meghan asked me to talk about this yesterday. And Meghan, if you're here in this podcast currently, I just wanted to I want you to see these tweets. See these tweets from Help for Heroes, a charity that supports wounded veterans, was targeted by the racist supporting Prince William and Kate Middleton, and they call themselves royalists or monarchists. They went after the Invictus Games charities. They went after the veteran community simply because of their association with Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. Because we know how they are. We know that they hate the fact that a white prince fell in love and married a mixed race woman. They are very, very angry about that. And they'll never be able to get over it. On top of that, are the xenophobic attacks that Meghan has had to endure. The Meghan should go back to America articles. The racist comments about Meghan's exotic DNA, written by the Prime Minister's sister. We can never forget those kinds of scenarios, those incidents that happened in real time. The racist comment made towards Meghan. And I want to say this to Meghan. Remember what Meghan said in the Oprah interview. Meghan said this, and I quote, "Rude and racist is not the same." And I want to repeat and echo those words from Meghan. Being rude towards someone and being racist toward another person are not the same thing. Meghan passing a newspaper stand and watching as her child images of racial abuse towards her son being reported on by UK tabloids by someone working for the BBC, racially abusing Archie at just a few hours old when he was born, or listening to the exotic DNA comments made by the Prime Minister's sister. Those kinds of comments, which Harry himself talked about in the Me You Can't See trailer with Oprah Winfrey. Never forget those kinds of things, because one thing is for sure, those kinds of comments really hurt Meghan. If you can hear it directly coming from Harry, you can be sure about one thing. Harry heard about those exotic DNA comments, those racist comments made towards Meghan by the Prime Minister Boris Johnson's sister, while writing hit pieces for the Daily Mail. She said that whenever she wrote nice things, which we've never seen about Meghan, she didn't get any clicks. But when she wrote about, negative articles and racist articles, she got a lot of engagement, and that's why she proceeded to constantly insult and racially abuse Meghan. And these people will never, ever learn, and they need to be held accountable for their actions. The squad from all across the world. If you have eyes, please see for yourself. A charity had to come out. A charity that supports wounded veterans had to come out and condemn the negative comments that they had received because Harry made a video supporting the Invictus Games community. This is what reinforces our decision to form this community, to fight against hate, because let's face it, this is hate that we have to fight against. This is hate that we have to fight against. And in the end, good will always prevail over evil. I believe that 100%. And this is what we have to fight. A charity group, a charity that supports wounded veterans. Imagine a veteran having to read the nasty comments written by those hate accounts targeting Prince Harry and Meghan that were exposed by Christopher Bowsey in the report that these accounts make so much money targeting Meghan. Imagine, think about that, a veteran reading about it. This is what we have to fight every day. There is no justification. There is no justification for going after a charity. Zero justification. Zero justification. Now, let me finish their tweet. There are no bots behind our account. Their tweet. There are no bots behind our account, but real people reading your messages. So please be kind. Think about that for a second. I'm so sorry to every single member of this Twitter account, Help for Heroes, that is a member of the Invictus Games that had to read those demeaning comments made by the racists targeting Prince Harry and Meghan. I am so sorry for the abuse that they have received. And I would like them to know that you have a community on this platform supporting each and every single member of the Invictus Games community, and wishing you and the rest of the team so much good luck in the Invictus Games in Netherlands. And we cannot wait to watch every single one of you. I am so sorry about the trolling. So sorry. And thank you for the video that you shared that made us all cheer when we saw Prince Harry motivating Team UK Invictus Games participants. Thank you so much. And I'm so sorry about the trolling and the abuse that you have received. I am so sorry. This is why we have members of the squad community. This is why we have a community here at the squad fighting all of this. That's why we exist. And today, let it be a stark reminder to every single person, every single follower of Prince Harry and Meghan, of why this community came together to fight hate. And whenever you feel down in any single moment, whenever you feel that this war is perhaps even taking too long, or remember just one thing, that good will always triumph over evil. And in this world, we are on the good side, the side of good and not the side of evil. It takes a very evil gang of people to troll a charity. And that's why, Mary Man, based on what you said, the criticism that Kate Middleton faces is legitimate, but the abuse that Prince Harry and Meghan face, as you have seen today with your own two eyes, to the point that a charity that supports the Invictus Games, Help for Heroes, that posted the video of Harry talking with Invictus Games participants, motivating them, got so much hate to the point that they have had to restrict their comment section, shows you what Harry and Meghan face every single day. It shows you exactly what they face every single day. Because in as much as my personal reservations, my personal, the fact that I feel upset over what Harry and Meghan went through at the hands of the royal family, I have never gone to attack the charity that William and Kate are patrons of, or the Queen of England is a patron of. I've never done that. Members of the squad have never ever done that. And let it remind you what we are up against. Forces of evil, because that's who the tabloids, the farm, and these racist hate accounts targeting Prince Harry and Meghan are about. And we have to keep fighting this war. The war between good and evil continues. However, I believe and I have faith in one thing, and it is that good will always triumph over evil. And to all UK veterans that are participating in the Invictus Games, we are cheering upon you. We are cheering for you, and we are here. Our voices are here with you. We shall support you, we shall motivate you, we shall encourage you. We'll always, always encourage you. No matter what happens, we'll always be here for you to support each and every single one of you. And thank you so much. Thank you so, so much for your service. Thank you, thank you, thank you so, so much. Service is universal. Once in service, always in service. Thank you so, so much. Now, members of the squad, the next thing that I wanted to feature on in this podcast is that, first of all, the Daily Fail and the rest of the UK tabloids have been making inquiries, most notably the Daily Fail, about Prince Harry's security detail in the Netherlands. Now, why is it that the Daily Fail thinks it has any right to know about Prince Harry's security arrangement that he has made to keep himself? And if that is, if Meghan, Archie, or Lilibet may be coming, we don't know that yet. It hasn't been revealed yet. But why is it they feel so entitled to know about Harry's security plans? The UK are denying Prince Harry the ability to pay for his own security to ensure his safety and the safety of his family, his wife, his children, because UK tabloids don't like to hear the fact that Harry has a wife and children. We like to remind them Harry is fighting for the security of his wife, Meghan, and his children, Archie and Lilibet Diana, to pay for their security while they are in the UK. Harry is fighting for it. And today, apparently, the Daily Fail, I discovered today the fact that the Daily Fail asked Prince Harry's spokesperson about Harry's security detail, his security plans and the security arrangements he has made. And they've also asked Netherlands about the security plans and details for Prince Harry. Listen, you've denied him security in the UK, right? You've done that. He's fighting in court right now. You've denied him the right to protect his family, his wife and children while they're in the UK, after constantly inciting hate against him. And the fact that you even think that you can even doubt that, because what I've heard from the Daily Fail is basically that Harry would have been safe in the UK at the Prince Philip's Memorial. They are so bitter. I'm telling you, members of the squad, they are bitter. They are very, very, very much bitter that Harry didn't come to Prince Philip's Memorial. I've said this before, and even today they're clearly showing it. They have not gotten over the fact that Harry did not come to Prince Philip's Memorial. And the fact that they doubt that, like they're saying that Harry would have been safe in the UK. I mean, after the constant vilification campaign, the bullying campaign against Prince Harry, why would Prince Harry ever feel safe to come back to the UK without the necessary adequate security. Prince Harry is right to worry about his family's safety with the hatred that is aimed at them on a daily basis, incitement of hate by UK tabloids themselves. Why would they believe that Harry would be safe in the UK? Why? Did it pass them that for the past 6 years they have been inciting hate towards Meghan, their children Archie and Elizabeth Diana? Just yesterday, they were mocking their children on a TV show in the UK. Just yesterday, but listen, they like to say it's not about racism, right? They like to say, hey, look, it's not racism. But they can't hide their vitriol for even the kids. Children. They can't pretend to even hide it. And just because they're mixed race, Harry is right to worry about his family's safety with the hatred that is aimed at them on a daily basis. They even had death threats against them. Some people, some Nazis, were put in prison and have currently been released because of sending death threats because Prince Harry fell in love with a mixed race black woman. Because of that. And some people in the UK say, hey, look, Harry would have been safe at Prince Philip's memorial. The same people are probably the ones who sent those photographers to chase Prince Harry after he left the World Child Charity event while he was in the UK for Diana's statue unveiling. We can never forget that, nor can we ever disregard their actions. We just can't. We can't one bit. We just can't. Ladies and gentlemen, we just can't. And it's the audacity for me, the audacity of the Daily Fail that constantly, even right now, is being sued by Prince Harry for defamation. That they went actually to ask Harry's spokesperson and the Netherlands about Harry's security arrangements. And the good thing is that none of them have responded because, as we know, security matters involving security are always kept confidential. What does the Daily Fail plan to do if they find out Prince Harry's security arrangements? What do they plan to do? I mean, they already chased his mother to death. I mean, Harry even said in court that he was chased by photographers while he was in a car when he was leaving the World Child Charity Awards event in the UK for the Diana statue unveiling. Because it seems to me like they just want police security away, far away from Prince Harry so that they can be able to chase after Harry properly. That seems to me to be the case. So what is the Daily Fail planning to do? What are they planning? Are they planning an attack on Harry? Why is the Daily Fail so interested in knowing about Harry's security arrangements? Why? You've already denied him security in the UK and you've been so happy. You've been gloating about it. I mean, the fact that Harry is in court currently trying to fight for his family's security, the life of Harry, the life of Meghan, the life of Archie, the life of Elizabeth Diana, their lives matter. Their lives matter. And these things that I keep on seeing every single time, I was shocked. I was kind of shocked when I had the tabloid that has been targeting Harry for this long, this many years, is currently asking the Netherlands and even had the audacity to go to Prince Harry's spokesperson to ask them about Harry's security details, Harry's security arrangement. They had to go and ask about Harry's security arrangement. Those things, they just piss me off whenever I see it. The audacity, the hypocrisy, that I see from the Daily Fail is just too much. It's too much. The tabloid that has waged this smear campaign against them is asking about Harry's security detail. Like they feel some sort of entitlement trying to know about Harry's security. It is these things, members of the squad, that we have to fight. These things that we see here today, the blatant disregard of the safety of the Sussexes by the UK tabloid, the Daily Mail, and its allies, the rest of the UK tabloids. It is that those kinds of things that make us all sick, because they do make me so sick. And I'm glad the fact that neither Prince Harry, spokesperson, or even the Netherlands have commented on Harry's security arrangements, because that would indeed have been a breach of security to actually tell anyone about Prince Harry's security plans. And the tabloids, this racist targeting a charity, Invictus Games, they're just so ridiculous. They're really, really bad and evil, unscrupulous people. The tabloids are bad, unscrupulous people. I don't think even they qualify to be called people because of what they're doing. I don't believe that one bit, because of their actions towards Harry and Meghan. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad, as I said, that I'm glad the fact that nobody commented on this issue, neither Prince Harry's spokesperson or even the Netherlands. They never commented on these matters involving security arrangements for Prince Harry. We know the Daily Mail would love Harry to walk away or without security so that they can chase him like they chased his mother to death. We know that's what they like. That's what they've loved. They've exploited Diana's death for so long and for so many years. So many years. They've even been the arbiter of Princess Diana's thoughts, saying Princess Diana would have loved this about Prince Harry. Some even have gone so far as to comment that they know Princess Diana more than Prince Harry, his own son knew his mother. The level of entitlement that I have seen and that I keep on seeing, to me, is really, really disgusting. The fact that they really believe that they own Harry, yet they don't pay him any penny of taxpayer money. They made sure about that. When Harry married a mixed-race woman, they did not want to foot anything. They even wrote articles about how they shouldn't foot for Meghan's bills and the baby's bills. Even that's public knowledge. Every single person saw it. They wrote hit pieces about it. And now that they don't foot a penny of their bills, they even lose it because of that, and they're not paying anything for Harry and Meghan. Because the life that they had envisioned for Harry was that he'd marry a white English rose, follow William around for the rest of his life, be miserable. First of all, Harry to be miserable. That's the life that they envisioned for Harry. The tabloids, in the narrative, while writing the narrative, was that Harry was supposed to fall the same fate as the rest of the heirs to the monarchy. Princess Margaret, an unhappy life, a miserable life, to the point that she died. To her death, she was denied of her love, a divorced person, and she was actually chosen someone else for her to marry. She married, they got divorced afterwards, after a couple of years. And then after that, after every single thing that happened, now it came down to Prince Andrew. Fergie was also targeted by the tabloids. She was targeted and she got a divorce from Prince Andrew. And now look at Prince Andrew, his association with pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. Look at Prince Charles himself. His associations are now currently being brought into question with Jamie Savile, a known pedophile. Every single person now is talking about it. The royal family seems to be a family that protects pedophiles, but goes and wages a full hate campaign against someone who fell in love with a mixed-race woman. Falling in love while black or falling in love with a mixed-race woman is no crime, but to the royal family, that's a huge, huge crime. The same family that married each other's cousins, inbreeding, practiced incest, is the same one that is currently going after Harry and Meghan with the help of UK tabloids so hard, because Harry just won't play the game, the same game that killed his mother. And ladies and gentlemen, what I've seen today, the things that I have seen and I have witnessed today is just really, really bad. Very, very bad. And there's something else, the fact that even members of the Rocher are currently on their way. Some of them, like Chris Ship, is already in the Netherlands, anxiously awaiting Prince Harry in the Netherlands, waiting for him to get there so Chris Ship can take his pictures of Harry, because the Cambridge tour was such a flop for them. A huge, huge flop for them. And now they're trying to get money by focusing on the Invictus Games, where they know Harry will be attending the Invictus Games. He will attend the Invictus Games. And to be honest with you, these people, they should be nowhere near Harry. The Rotter, Harry has already rejected them. But they keep trying to attach themselves towards Harry like leeches attempt to attach themselves to a human body. They try to attach themselves to someone who has rejected them time and time again. Because one thing is for sure, Harry said this: I have a family to protect. I have a wife, I have children to protect, and I will protect them. And the way they're going after Meghan and Harry is reminiscent of how they went after Diana. But this time, the eyes of the entire world is watching. They will not do to Harry what they did to Princess Diana and just simply get away with it. Not in this century, not in this world. And you can bet that for sure it ain't happening. That just ain't gonna happen. That just ain't gonna happen. It ain't going to happen. Not this time. We at the squad, we are committed to fighting, defending, and fighting the injustices against Prince Harry and Meghan, fighting the injustices against Prince Harry and Meghan, and calling the royal family out and the tabloids out for their unscrupulous actions, evil actions against Prince Harry and Meghan. And ladies and gentlemen, I think you've all seen it. These are facts. Every single thing that I talk about, they're practically just facts. And even today, members of the squad, is the fact that a show, the same show in the UK that targeted Libet Diana was mocking Meghan because they didn't understand, even after a lawyer came to them and explained to them copyright and actually matters involving trademarking, that what Meghan was doing was just simply normal. Even after a lawyer explained to them, they just had to mock Meghan, this time using her two children, Archie and Libet Diana. But I won't feature that today. I talked about that yesterday. The same show is actually having a poll. And do you know what this poll is about? They tweeted that, is it right for Harry to go to the Netherlands for the Invictus Games, and that the Duke of Sussex will attend the event later this month, just weeks after he missed Prince Philip's memorial. But will he be safer in Holland? My question is, the Daily Fail, the rest of the tabloids, have waged a smear campaign towards Harry and Meghan. I've talked about this repeatedly, time and time again. And this smear campaign happens every day, every single day. Members of the squad, I wish there was a day that I could stand in front of you, that I could actually sit in front of you and just breathe. But unfortunately, it's every single day. Breathe in peace. It's every single day. Every single day it keeps on happening. A coordinated smear campaign that spans all the UK tabloids and even the BBC itself, with help from the UK firm in smearing Harry and Meghan for 6 years non-stop. But yet someone can actually make a comment. Will Harry be safer in the Netherlands? Oh, look, he would have been safer in the UK. The UK, that every single day Harry is smeared, every single day. Meghan gets bullied on national TV. Every single day they incite hate towards Harry and Meghan. Just yesterday, they were mocking two children, Archie and Libet Diana, of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, over Meghan, just because Meghan was doing what normal people do, and that is trademark a word or a name to protect that name from being exploited. Just because of that, they went after 2 children, which is why we members of the squad exist. And I'm glad that people are holding them to account. And there's no way someone who has his wife being insulted every single day and he himself being insulted every single day. Even the proof today, basically, the fact that Helpful Heroes practically had to tweet and condemn it, the actions of some trolls coming in their comment section to insult veterans just because Harry issued a message of support to veterans. To the point that they have to tweet that we accept that many of you will have different opinions and will want to share them. We welcome that, but we will not accept offensive trolling comments or comments aimed at our team. Harry was supporting Team UK. But yet, do you see what happened? The trolls came in. Where do you think the trolls get their content from? The UK tabloids. Yet someone can go on national TV, write an opinion piece in their articles in the Daily Mail and say Harry would have been safer in the UK. A country that has waged a smear campaign, the tabloids and the farm, the monarchy, and even the government itself waged a smear campaign against Prince Harry and Meghan to cover up for corruption. The Royal Family's association with Jimmy Savile, Jeffrey Epstein, to cover for Prince Andrew. That same royal family, the farm, the establishment, that Harry would be safe in that environment where his wife, his children, himself are being smeared day in, day out. Someone can actually go on national TV and actually say he would have been safer in the UK and making a comment, is he safer in Netherlands? This, make no mistake about one thing, these are threats. These are threats and they should be taken very, very much, very, very seriously. Very, 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 very seriously. This is no joking matter. It's not a matter to joke with. These are very, very serious matters that deserve attention. And let the whole world see what is happening to Harry and Meghan every single day. This is what they're dealing with every single day. Caroline Flack took her own life. Princess Diana chased to her death. They're now going after Meghan and Harry. Someone, a Daily Mail, goes to ask Prince Harry's spokesperson and the Netherlands about Prince Harry's security arrangements. The same Daily Mail that has issued this hate campaign vendetta against Prince Harry and Meghan. This is something, a very, very serious matter. A very, 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 very serious matter that needs to be taken with extreme caution. And we must be vigilant so that they don't do to Harry and Meghan what they did to Princess Diana. Because from what I'm seeing, these are very, very serious issues. Serious issues. And these issues cannot be ignored. They cannot be ignored one bit. They just cannot be ignored, members of the squad. And I want to repeat again, I condemn the attacks against Helpful Heroes, a charity, simply because Harry issued a statement supporting Team UK. Helpful Heroes support women and women who have been physically or psychologically wounded while serving in the British Armed Forces. Do you see that? And they were targeted just because of that. And this is what we have to stand and fight against. We have to stand up and fight against, because this is not okay. This is not normal. And this is as a result of the constant never-ending smear campaign orchestrated by the establishment and the UK tabloids. And we must fight it. We must keep fighting this. We have to, members of the squad. We have to. And finally, I'll just mention a thing or two about the fact that someone called Dan Wootton, a member of the Rota, said this: does Netflix have it in for Prince Charles and the British royal family? Now, Dan Wootton is someone that I've talked about in the recent podcast. This person has been going after Harry and Meghan. He himself said this, that the royal family was behind the smear campaign, the negative stories about Prince Harry and Meghan. But when Harry and Meghan repeated it on the Oprah interview, he called it lies. He said that they were lying. And ladies and gentlemen, one thing that I have always said about members of the Rota is that they have to be hypocrites, because indeed they are hypocrites. You know, for you to work for a Rota, you have to be a hypocrite. Because Dan Wootton, I'll just talk about this briefly before I end this podcast. Dan Wootton was actually filed a case against someone was harassing him, the ex-fiancé of, Caroline Flack, who committed suicide after the Sun, for instance, went after Caroline Flack. They published these negative articles about Caroline Flack and then deleted them when she committed suicide. When they found out that Caroline Flack had taken her own life, they deleted the negative articles. So what happened was Caroline Flack's ex-fiancé was practically harassing Dan Wootton. So he got arrested, and I believe currently he's in jail. So what happened basically was that, what I'm trying to say is the fact that Dan Wootton said this about Caroline Flack's ex-fiancé. He said that he hopes that Caroline Flack's boyfriend would move on. The late Caroline Flack's boyfriend would move on and just move on and get on with his life after he had been harassed by him for so long. But yet Dan Wootton, the same person, harasses Harry and Meghan day in, day out. Which brings me to what I wanted to say. These people, members of the Rota, will never be able to handle a fraction of the racist vitriol they spew towards Harry and Meghan. They wouldn't be able to harass, they wouldn't be able to take the harassment that they believe that they actually make Harry and Meghan endure for the past 6 years to this day, which continues to this day. They wouldn't be able to handle a fraction. But yet they believe Harry and Meghan should just take it. Take it and don't complain, don't explain. Take it. But they themselves wouldn't be able to handle a fraction of what they spew towards Harry and Meghan. Because let's face it, the person who was harassing Dan Wootton is in prison. He is Caroline Flack's ex-fiancé, the late Caroline Flack's ex-fiancé, is currently in jail for harassing Dan Wootton. I think it was just for a short time. I don't know if he is currently being released by now, but I don't think so, because I reported about this, I think a short while back. I don't think it's taken too long. I don't think it's been long. Now, the same person wages this smear campaign. I think I'd like to reframe the question. Does the UK tabloids have it in for Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, and Prince Harry? And the answer is yes. They do have it in for them, because Harry and Meghan refused to play the game that would have made Harry abandon his wife and children. That would have forced Harry, because what they wanted was for Harry to get a divorce and marry an English person, meaning a white English rose, meaning a white person, and abandon his mixed race wife and children. That was the entire goal for UK tabloids. And the fact that Harry refused and packed up his bags and practically listened to what UK tabloids were saying. That is, they were telling them to go back to America, telling Meghan to go back to America. He took his wife and took her back to America. We know they wanted Harry to remain in the UK, following William around and taking pictures for UK tabloids, because this is about money for the tabloids. Harry leaving will, make future generations spares. They have a choice now to either live in misery or choose happiness, go out there, earn their own living, make their own money. And they hate Harry because he's made even a way out for future spares in the monarchy. That's if the monarchy will last that long. With how things are going, I don't know. I just hope they get abolished once and for all. Meghan lives peacefully in the United States of America. Peacefully, minding her own business, starting her own podcast. Yet UK tabloids just can't seem to get their names off their mouths. They just can't. They just can't. And they really fail has it in for Meghan and Harry. The tabloids have it in for Harry and Meghan. Because her father just won't abandon his mixed race wife and children. Because let's face it, this is what this is about. To get Harry to abandon his wife and children. And he has refused to abandon them. And Netflix doesn't have it in for Prince Charles and the British royal family. It's the tabloids, first of all, that have it in for Harry and Meghan. And Netflix cannot be controlled by the cult of the UK monarchy. They can't be controlled. And what they're doing is simply talk about documentaries of what happened. Charles' association with Jamie Savile, which is public knowledge. It's in the public, space, platform. You can find it everywhere. Those are facts. The tabloids have been so used to hold the royal family secrets to the point that now that when they find out that Netflix is releasing a documentary on Jamie Savile and Prince Charles, they get angry, saying that, hey, why does Netflix have it in for Charles and the British royal family? Because it's they that hold the secrets of the royal family. It's they that hold these alleged affairs between Prince William and Rose Hanbury. And the fact that someone else outside of the monarchy and the tabloids with this invisible contract that they have, having knowledge of the practices of the monarchy and the tabloids, is a huge threat to the grip of the power of the UK tabloids. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as I end this podcast, one thing is for sure that I want to say is that good will always triumph over evil. I also want to condemn once again the attacks against help for heroes, against people who are veterans that have served our countries, whether it's in the UK or in the US or across the world. It's very, very wrong what they're doing. Going after a charity, Help for Heroes, that supports men and women who have been physically or psychologically wounded while serving in the British Armed Forces, is just wrong. And we won't stand for it. We won't stand for it. We condemn it in the strongest way possible. Now, with so much love from Sasko Family TV, stay tuned to our next video and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And one thing is for sure that I just wanted to also end this with. We criticize members of the royal family. We don't throw insults towards them. We criticize them. When we go to this podcast and showcase you images of the fact that Kate Middleton, for instance, has not visited her charity that she's a patron of once, has only visited her charity that she's a patron of once in 8 years, we showcase you facts. Facts. Criticism that is right there. The fact that Kate's charities are struggling financially because their own patron can't secure funds for them. We show you facts. Criticism. We don't go to these charities and insult them like what Kate Middleton's fans do. We don't. And Prince William's fans do. We don't. And we have to condemn this in the strongest way possible. We have to condemn this racism towards Meghan in the strongest way possible. Because what we do is show facts, criticize. What they do on the other side is constantly throw abuse, even to a charity. A charity. And this is what you can see with your own two eyes, what they're doing. I'll end the podcast right there. Hate has no place in this world. This channel will always be committed to fighting for good, supporting Prince Harry and Meghan, and fighting against evil. Because make no mistake, the battle between good and evil will continue till the end of time. But good will always triumph over evil. Remember that. Harry and Meghan's love will always triumph over the evil that we see today from the farm and the tabloids and these hate accounts targeting Prince Harry and Meghan. With that and so much more, I hope you learned a lot. Stay tuned to our next video and don't forget to subscribe. Love you, family. Hello and welcome back to Sasko Family TV. As I end this podcast, I'd like to thank you so much for watching our video. It means the absolute world to us. Kindly like, subscribe, and support our ever-growing family on YouTube. Kindly hit that like and subscribe button for daily and consistent content we post every single day. And it will mean the absolute world to us if you support our channel by liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment below. If you wish to donate to our channel, kindly send to our PayPal email briankiputo95@gmail.com in our description box, or to our Netala account, also briankiputo95@gmail.com. Your support will mean the absolute world to us, with PayPal being the preferred option for this channel. Kindly stay tuned to our next video, and thank you so much to every single person that has ever supported our family. With so much love, stay tuned to our next video, and I'm hoping that you're having a great, fantastic day, and this podcast made you feel much better. Have a great day, family. Thank you.